This is not going to be that technical of a video, but you can see it's a good 4 inches shorter. I mean, that's pretty substantial. Well, welcome to Northwind. Just a couple of real quick things that I want to do this afternoon. Mainly, I received my new lens in the mail, and so I'm going to just do a real quick unboxing and maybe a brief comparison to the one that it is replacing. And so what it's replacing, this is the Canon EF 70-200 2.8 LIS version 2. I bought this thing brand new in September of 2011, and I can't even tell you how many pictures I've taken with this thing. It is beyond measure, really. I mean, I could go back probably, but it has been an incredible lens. I bought this when I had the 70-200 non-IS version 1, and I used that thing for about 5 years, and then a good friend of mine asked to borrow it, and he needed it to do something with, and in the process of him using it, and I told him he could use it for X amount of days or whatever it was, and something came up, and I needed the 70-200, and so I got a decent deal. Paid $2,387 is what it was with tax and all of that back in the day. And so I got it a little bit of a discount. I think I saved $200 on it at the time, and it was incredible. I ended up selling the other one. I don't know if I sold it to him. I can't remember. And never looked back. And so I've used that thing weddings, sports, vacations. It's a beast on vacations. It's heavy, but you just cannot beat the image quality that this thing has given me. And so it's really been a great lens. I have the B+W 77 UV filter on it, and my understanding is that this the lens that I'm replacing it with shares the same filter size. So I'm going to pull that one off here in just a minute, and I will put it on this one. That's just one of the first things that I tend to do with a lens when I get it. I'm going to set this actually right here just to get it kind of out of my way. That's the case that it came with. Of course, lens hood, front and back caps. I thought maybe there were some specs on the side of this. I don't see it. I was going to compare the weight. This thing is a beast, but let me go ahead and get this thing out of the box and show you what came in today. I switched in September of this year. I bought an R5, and I've been using the did not stay. I've been using the RF to EF adapter with the control ring, and it has worked really well. Not really an issue. But I picked up the 24 to 105 f4 for a trip that we're going to be taking this summer, and to be honest, the fact that this thing is lighter than this adds 4 inches or whatever it is to the length of the lens. It was just time, and so I'm going to sell this. And then I've got my backup camera is an old 5D Mark II that still takes incredible pictures, and then the kit lens 24 to 105 that is on that. I'm going to try and do a package deal, maybe see if I can get rid of it locally that way. We will see. But knowing that that's about to go out the door, I still have some football picture, some basketball pictures. Our team made the playoffs, and so I just decided I got 1 or 2 more games left. And I wanted to test this thing out, and then I may take it on the trip. We will see. That is interesting. That instead of right out of the bat, this new RF lens is supposed to be shorter, lighter, all of the details. And so it comes with a soft case instead of, I mean, this is a soft case too. I did not know that. The lens case LP1424, that's the case, and I guess that's an okay deal. Anyway, let's just see what we've got here. I'm going to go ahead and, let's see, set this case out. Now that we've made that little comparison, let me set this out of the way, and this out of the way, and let's just see what we've got. Packaging. Wow, that thing is small. Lens hood. So let me put some of this stuff back in there. Let me see what specs, if any of this thing says for weight. I read somewhere that this, it does not have the weight, just has what's in the box. That this one weighs about maybe 3 pounds. I'll try and maybe put those numbers on the video and make that comparison, but I can already tell. I mean, golly, that thing's little. Set this. So there's that box. I'm going to slide this box out of the way, and let's see here. So this is not going to be that technical of a video, but you can see it's a good 4 inches shorter. I mean, that's pretty substantial. The weight, I mean, it definitely feels a little bit lighter. There's no doubt about that. Has a little different feel. And I know it's metal. It just feels softer. Excuse me. We've got dust storms going on. Speaking of dust, you know, this is a this lens extends. Probably got the lock on. Yep. This lens extends when you zoom out, and it roughly, I mean, it's almost exactly the same. Of course, I'm going to put this filter on here, and so it'll be a little bit longer. But in your bag, that's smooth. All right, that's really nice. But in the bag, it'll take up so much less space than that beast right there does. So let me set this thing down right here. And just a couple of more comments as I make some comparisons. So on the version 2 of the 70-200 EF lens, you've got the focus distance selection, infinity to 1.2 meters, 2.5 meters, autofocus, manual focus, stabilizer on off, and stabilizer mode 1 and 2. And on this you've got focus limiter, autofocus, manual focus, stabilizer on off, and then you've got 3 stabilizer modes. So stabilizer 1, if it's the same as this one, if my memory serves me, stabilizer 1 is anytime you have it in your hand, it stabilizes any direction. Stabilizer mode 2 is for on a tripod, so it eliminates it fighting against your tripod. I guess it only stabilizes in panning left to right, perhaps. I know it's tripod mode. I don't remember all the specifics, but I don't know what mode 3 would be. But I will look that up. It has the control ring right here at the back, which is nice. I don't use mine for much. I think I have mine set for aperture, and so but I may switch that. I tend to, I would bump it when I had on the adapter. Sometimes I would pick it up and I would find myself having changed my f-stop, so I'll mess with that. One thing I read about this as well is the fact that your zoom ring is further out than on this one. This is your zoom ring on the old version, and the zoom ring is further out on the new one, and so that'll take a little bit of getting used to, but not too much. I don't think it's going to be too bad. because even when I was using this one with the adapter on it, it still put it out there a little bit further than when I was using you know, the 5D Mark II. I was actually shooting, I shot on this thing for about 3 or 4 years on the 1DX Mark II. And so with that adapter, it still moved that zoom ring out. So I don't think that's going to be that big of a deal. You get used to it. You know, the more you use something, you know, you just get used to it. So one thing that I will be interested to see is how this thing collects dust, whether it does or not. Just because it has that push-pull action. I mean, not push-pull. It has that the movement of the lens like that. Because even here in where I live in West Texas, we have a lot of dust storms, and this lens has a couple of small pieces of dust. They don't affect the image quality. I'll set that right there and put that on in just a moment. But I can see just a few pieces of dust within this lens. I've had the 35 to 350 before, and that was a push-pull lens, and then the 28 to 300 as a push-pull lens. And I didn't keep either one of those for more than a year or two. I did not use them as much, and I don't like variable apertures like those lenses have. And I don't recall them collecting too much dust, but if there's any kind of air movement within a lens and there's a way for air to get in from the outside here in our area, that's not going to be too bueno. But we will see. So anyway, I'm going to put this lens cap back on this old favorite and set it aside. Like I said, this one's, I'm retiring it for my use, but it has been a great lens. I mean, this thing is clean. You can see where I've had my hand on it. It's pretty smooth down here. I mean, you can't see this, but it's smooth here. You can feel the texture there, but that's just from 12 years of me using that thing faithfully. So let me set this out of the way, and then I'm going to put that filter on there, hopefully. And then see what else I can look at and make a real quick comparison. I saw this online, so this is not my first time seeing it. It is the first time seeing it in person. I might like the black better. I mean, I know it's a no, you know, there's no reason to like one versus the other. It is, you take what they give you. But that's just a big old piece of white plastic sitting out in front to draw attention. But same way with the black one on the white lens. That's just the way it is. But it has this little door here. So if you have a filter on it, like a neutral or a polarizing filter that you need to turn, you can have access to it. And so that's kind of handy. I haven't used a polarizing filter in forever. Very clean. I know there's a lot of folks that don't do that, put a filter on them, but I've got my 24 to 105 over there that I probably will order a new filter, because it's clean, but it's not perfect. But a few years ago, I let a friend of mine borrow my 24 to 105, and I did not have, for some dumb reason, I had taken the filter off of it, and it came back with a little bitty scratch. It never affected any images, but it is definitely there. And I mean, maybe I put it in there, I don't know. I didn't notice it until I got it back and was taking a look at it. So either way, it's my own fault for not having that on there. Okay, there we go. Clips on that way. But that's it right there. Let me extend it a little bit. It's not bad. It definitely is lighter. Yep. So yeah, I'm excited. I'll be actually taking some little dribbler pictures tomorrow, and I was not going to use this lens to do the portraits, but I think I'm going to just to use it. I'm excited to have it. So that's really about it. Like I said, I just wanted to kind of, I really wanted to open the box and take a look at it, but also wanted to kind of do a little bit of a comparison. I wish, I mean, there's a million videos on YouTube talking about probably the differences between these two lenses, but really, if you're not shooting with mirrorless with one of the R system bodies, then there's a version 3 of that 24, I mean of that 70-200, that I'm not sure if it's any better. I remember when they first came out, there were some comparisons that said really there's not much of a difference. That thing has just been a beast. It has served me extremely well, and so I'm excited about the new RF 70-200, and excited to get to put it in action, and we will see what happens. So anyway, thank you for watching, and I hope that you have a blessed day, and I hope that you enjoy taking pictures, or making pictures I should say, and get out there and shoot. And if you like this lens, you can leave a comment, tell me what you like about it, and maybe in a few days I can come back and add a few comments of my own regarding how things are on it. So be blessed, and we'll talk to you next time.